Welcome to the future of naval engineering, where the Newport News shipyard becomes the birthplace of the most advanced stealth nuclear carrier ever conceived by modern mankind. Deep within this high-tech cradle, the project known as Leviathan-01 begins its journey. A 600-second odyssey into the heart of cutting-edge military manufacturing and design. Precision is the foundation of every component here, where specialized engineers utilize advanced laser scanning technology to ensure the hull's flatness within a fraction of a millimeter. Every centimeter of the ship is mapped in a digital twin environment, allowing the team to visualize the complex internal structures before a single bolt is even tightened. The legendary Big Blue Crane, a mechanical titan of the shipyard, prepares to perform its primary function by lifting a monumental module weighing nearly 900 metric tons. Radio chatter fills the air as ground stations coordinate the lift, ensuring that the drop zone is cleared for this critical maneuver in the construction of the vessel. The sound of straining iron and heavy machinery echoes through the dock, a symphony of industrial power as the first piece of the puzzle is lowered into place. With a thunderous vibration, the foundation of the Leviathan-01 is set, marking the official transition from conceptual design to a physical reality that will dominate the oceans. This isn't ordinary metal. It is the beginning of a fortress on the sea, designed to withstand the most extreme pressures and combat conditions imaginable in modern warfare.
Alignment confirmed.
Alignment must be perfect to the micron, as any deviation at this stage could compromise the structural integrity of the entire 500-meter-long carrier during high-speed oceanic maneuvers. As the first section is secured, the workforce prepares for the next phase of assembly, where thousands of separate modules will be fused into a single unified machine. The assembly process transitions into the art of welding, where high-frequency plasma arcs are utilized to create bonds stronger than the base material of the ship itself. Automated robotic systems handle the heavy lifting of long seams, ensuring consistent quality and eliminating human error in the harshest environments of the internal hull sections. The result is a seamless fusion of metal, a testament to the technological prowess required to build a vessel that will never face a shipyard for major repairs. While robots handle the long runs, master welders bring their human intuition to the complex corners and critical stress points where machines simply cannot reach with enough precision. The ship is forged from the HY100 high-tensile steel, a material specifically chosen for its incredible strength-to-weight ratio and its ability to absorb the shock of incoming projectiles. Every single weld is subjected to rigorous ultrasound testing, searching for microscopic internal cracks that could lead to catastrophic failure under the immense pressure of the deep sea. The interior of the hull is a bustling hive of activity, with thousands of workers and technicians working in shifts to bring the Leviathan's massive internal volume to life. Notice the sharp geometric angles of the internal vanguards. Every surface is meticulously designed to minimize the ship's radar cross-section, making this massive carrier virtually invisible to sensors. In the world of stealth, even a tiny gap can become a beacon for enemy radar, requiring specialized sealants and precision fitting for every single exterior panel of the hull. Manual grinding ensures that the outer skin of the ship is as smooth as glass, reducing drag in the water and further enhancing the vessel's advanced stealth characteristics. As Section 22 is cleared for the next stage, the digital management system updates in real time, synchronizing the work of thousands of personnel across the entire shipyard. The sheer scale of these side panels is staggering, each one a masterclass in naval architecture, designed to provide both maximum protection and minimum radar visibility for the carrier. Real-time thermal monitoring allows the management team to ensure that the steel is not overheating, preserving the material properties of the high-tensile alloy during the intense welding process. Day by day, the Leviathan-01 begins to take its final shape, a colossal jigsaw puzzle of steel and technology that will soon become the heart of the fleet. The lower hull is now complete. A massive, cavernous space that will soon house the most powerful energy source ever placed within a naval vessel of this magnitude. We now enter the heart of the beast, the reactor compartment, a sterile environment where the rules of standard industrial construction are replaced by nuclear-grade precision and safety. The dual A1B nuclear reactors are arriving, modular power plants that will provide the Leviathan-01 with enough energy to power a small city for half a century. This is the most critical lift of the entire project. The reactor core is lowered into a containment vessel designed to withstand the most extreme internal and external shocks. Every bolt is tightened to an exact specification, documented and verified by 3 separate inspection teams to ensure that the primary containment remains sealed for its entire life. A complex network of cooling loops is now integrated, circulating high-pressure fluids to manage the immense heat generated by the dual cores during maximum power output operations. Advanced fiber optic sensors are woven throughout the engine room, providing the crew with real-time data on every vibration, temperature change, and pressure fluctuation within the nuclear system. System activation begins as the digital brains of the reactor come online, self-diagnosing every circuit and valve to ensure the platform is ready for its first startup. These turbines will convert the reactor's heat into hundreds of megawatts of electricity, powering everything from the propulsion screws to the advanced electromagnetic aircraft launch systems. From this command center, the heart of the ship is monitored 24/7, ensuring that the transition to nuclear power is seamless and perfectly controlled at all times. The core is seated. The primary coolant loops are initiated. The Leviathan-01 now has a heartbeat that will not stop for the next 50 years of service. With the engine secured, the ship's focus moves upward toward the deck, where the most advanced aircraft launch technology in history is currently being installed and tested. The Electromagnetic Aircraft Launch System, or EMALS, replaces traditional steam catapults with a railgun-like technology capable of launching the heaviest aircraft with smooth, precise acceleration. These massive copper coils create the powerful magnetic fields required to propel a 40-ton fighter jet from 0 to takeoff speed in just a few hundred feet. The tolerances for EMALS are incredibly tight. Even a small misalignment could cause a catastrophic failure during a launch, requiring absolute perfection from the installation crew. Below the flight deck, massive energy storage systems prepare to release a burst of power so intense it could briefly light up an entire metropolitan area. Initial tests show the shuttle moving with eerie silence compared to the loud, violent release of old steam systems, a key advantage for stealth and mechanical longevity. To verify the system's power, dead loads, heavy steel sleds, are used to simulate the weight and aerodynamic drag of a fully armed F-35 stealth fighter jet. The command is given, and the electromagnetic tracks begin to hum with increasing frequency, building up the massive kinetic energy needed for the upcoming launch test. In an instant, the sled is accelerated to over 150 miles per hour, demonstrating the raw, undeniable power of the Leviathan's electromagnetic launch technology. The test is a success. The sled hits the water with pinpoint accuracy, confirming that the system can safely launch the next generation of carrier-based stealth aircraft. The lack of steam and mechanical wear means the Leviathan can launch aircraft faster and more frequently than any other carrier currently in operation across the globe. To maintain its stealth profile, every edge of the deck is covered with ceramic tiles that absorb and scatter radar waves, preventing the carrier from being detected. This advanced material science is what separates the Leviathan from its predecessors, making it a ghost on the radar screens of any potential adversary in the region. The flight deck is then finished with a high-friction, non-skid coating, ensuring that aircraft can land and take off safely, even in the roughest sea states. The result is a clean, minimalist deck design that not only looks futuristic, but serves the vital purpose of reducing the ship's overall radar signature significantly. Even the jet blast deflectors are engineered with stealth in mind, using heat-resistant materials that prevent thermal bloom from being picked up by satellite-based infrared sensors. The final major component to be installed is the command island, a prismatic masterpiece of composite materials designed to be the ship's brain and its primary sensor hub. Unlike previous carriers, this island is constructed almost entirely from advanced carbon fiber composites, providing incredible strength while keeping the ship's center of gravity remarkably low. The traditional rotating radar dishes are gone, replaced by fixed-face AESA radar panels that can track thousands of targets simultaneously with near-instantaneous speed and accuracy. Thousands of miles of fiber optic cables connect these sensors to the ship's combat center, allowing for a level of situational awareness that was previously thought impossible. The island is seated with 3mm precision, a perfect fit that completes the silhouette of the Leviathan and marks the final stage of external construction.
Confirmed. Lowering to seat.
Every seam and joint is now hand-painted with a secret radar-absorbent material, ensuring that even the smallest physical disruption is invisible to enemy electronic eyes. This integrated mast and island design reduces the ship's radar cross-section by over 70% compared to the older Nimitz-class supercarriers currently in the fleet. The placement of the island further back on the deck creates more space for aircraft operations, increasing the carrier's sortie rate and overall combat efficiency in theater. The bridge windows are not just glass. They are multi-layered electromagnetic shields that protect the crew from the intense radiation of the ship's own radar systems. The final markings are applied. The Leviathan-01 is no longer a collection of parts. It is a commissioned vessel of war, ready for its first taste of water. As the shipyard lights flare to life, the team prepares for the most emotional moment of the project. The flooding of the dock and the birth of a ship. The gates are opened. Millions of gallons of seawater begin to flood the dry dock, rushing beneath the massive hull with incredible force and white foam. The water rises slowly, testing every seal and weld for the very first time. The weight of the ship begins to transfer from the blocks to the sea. For the first time in years of construction, the Leviathan-01 is waterborne, floating on its own displacement and proving the genius of its buoyancy and weight distribution design. The carrier sits perfectly in the water, its sharp V-shaped hull slicing through the surface even while stationary, a silent predator waiting to be unleashed upon the horizon. Powerful tugboats move into position, their engines churning the water into a frenzy as they prepare to pull the 100,000-ton giant out into the open channel. Slowly but surely, the carrier leaves its birthplace, moving past the shipyard cranes that built it and toward the vast, unpredictable expanses of the world's deep oceans. The scale of the Leviathan-01 is truly felt from the waterline. It is a floating mountain of technology, a testament to the combined effort of thousands of workers. As it reaches open water, the ship's own propulsion systems begin to turn, the nuclear reactors providing the power to drive this beast at speeds exceeding 30 knots. Sea trials begin. The Leviathan-01 is pushed to its limits, testing its maneuverability and its ability to withstand the stresses of high-speed travel in rough, open seas. The final test is the most important, the integration of the air wing. A stealth F-35C fighter approaches the deck, its engines screaming in the salty air. Touchdown. The systems work flawlessly. The Leviathan-01 is now a fully functional airbase, a sovereign piece of territory that can be moved anywhere on the planet. The project is complete. A new era of naval dominance has begun, led by the most advanced, invisible, and powerful machine ever to sail the seven seas.